The Milwaukee Brewers shocked a lot of people when they traded Caleb Durbin to the Boston Red Sox. And now the big question is simple. What's next for the Brewers after moving on from one of their most promising young players? Caleb Durbin wasn't just another name on the roster. He was coming off a strong rookie season, showed power, speed, and versatility, and looked like a long-term piece of the Brewers' infield. So when Milwaukee decided to include him in a major trade package, it signaled something bigger about how this front office is thinking. Let's break down what the trade means, why the Brewers may have done it, and where the team goes from here. First, let's talk about the trade itself. The Brewers sent Caleb Durbin to Boston, along with Andrew Monasterio, Anthony Siegler, and a competitive balance round B draft pick. In return, Milwaukee received left-handed pitcher Kyle Harrison, infielder David Hamilton, and left-handed pitching prospect Shane Drowan. At face value, this was not a one-for-one deal. This was a volume trade, where the Brewers gave up multiple position players and a draft asset to restock their pitching depth. But because Caleb Durbin was the most established and productive player in the deal, his name is the one fans keep coming back to. Durbin had quickly established himself as a reliable, everyday player. He hit for average, provided pop, stole bases, and could play multiple infield spots. Most importantly, he was young and under team control. Those are exactly the types of players small market teams like the Brewers usually build around, not trade away. So why do it? The answer starts with pitching. Milwaukee has long built its identity around strong pitching, and the front office clearly believes that depth on the mound is more valuable right now than infield stability. Kyle Harrison is the centerpiece of the return. He's a left-handed pitcher with major league experience and upside, capable of fitting into the rotation or providing flexible innings out of the bullpen. Along with Harrison, Shane Drowan adds another left-handed arm to the system. He's not a finished product, but he gives the Brewers more options at AAA and beyond. For a team that constantly shuffles pitchers throughout a long season, this kind of depth matters. David Hamilton, meanwhile, helps soften the blow of losing Caleb Durbin from a roster construction standpoint. He's a versatile infielder who can move around the diamond and provide speed. But realistically, he's more of a complementary piece than a direct replacement for Durbin's production. That leads us to the biggest immediate consequence of the trade. The Brewers now have an infield question mark. With Caleb Durbin gone, third base and overall infield depth become far less certain. Milwaukee no longer has a clear, everyday answer at that position. Internal options like Joey Ortiz or Bryce Turang could slide into expanded roles, but neither fully replaces what Durbin brought offensively and defensively. This is where the what's next part really comes into focus. The Brewers could take a wait-and-see approach. They may let spring training play out and see who emerges. They could mix and match, using positional flexibility to cover the gaps and relying on pitching to carry the team early in the season. But there's also a strong chance this trade isn't the final move. By trading Caleb Durbin now, Milwaukee may be positioning itself for another deal. They've added pitching capital, freed up some roster space, and created flexibility that could lead to another trade for an infielder, a free agent signing, or even a mid-season move once they see how the team performs. Strategically, this trade suggests the Brewers are prioritizing sustainability over short-term certainty. Instead of locking in one young infielder, they're spreading value across multiple pitching assets, betting that run prevention will keep them competitive while they figure out the lineup. Of course, that approach comes with risk. If Kyle Harrison struggles, or if the infield offense takes a step back, the Brewers could quickly feel the absence of Caleb Durbin. Fans will be watching Boston closely, because if Durbin thrives with the Red Sox, this trade will be scrutinized for years. On the flip side, if Harrison becomes a dependable starter and the Brewers patch together the infield successfully, this move could look smart, if not immediately popular. So what's the bottom line? The Brewers traded Caleb Durbin not because they didn't believe in him, but because they believed pitching depth and flexibility were more important right now. The move creates uncertainty in the infield, but strengthens the pitching pipeline and opens the door for more roster changes. What's next for the Brewers is likely more movement. Whether it's internal promotions, positional experiments, or another trade, the roster we see now probably isn't the one they finished the season with. And as for Caleb Durbin, his performance in Boston will be the measuring stick for this deal. Every big hit, every stolen base, and every highlight will remind Brewers fans of what they gave up and what they hope they gained. This trade isn't just about one player. It's about direction, philosophy, and how the Brewers believe they can win going forward.